Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? I am looking for myself live. That's always fun to get that part going, right? I have to find it, find the notification so that I can make sure I can keep up with your guys' comments or try my best to keep up with them anyway. Sometimes I do better than others. Hey Lou, hey Clem, thanks for being here, guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I'm sure you guys already have. But as people come in, maybe one of you guys can help me and ask them to hit the thumbs up. That would be awesome because sometimes I forget. How is everybody? You guys doing okay today? I've had a very good day. A lot of getting things done. I've really been on a mission here lately to get myself ready, and I'm gonna try some new things. So, hey John, thanks for joining us. Hey Lee. So, one of the things I'm going to be doing is I am going to have a live twice a week now. So, I'm going to do it on Tuesdays, like normal, at the regular time. I'm not changing this. But I'm going to add one on Thursday afternoons at 1 o'clock. So, if you guys are around and you're interested, I'd love to have you catch it. If not, you'll be able to catch the replay like normal and watch what's going on. Leave your comments and ask questions and all that, and I will definitely be on to answer those. But yeah, I'm going to try something during the day and see how it goes. I don't know how it'll be until I try it, right? So I figured, why not? Why not give it a go? All right, so let's do a little bit of housekeeping, like we like to call it. If you haven't been over to my Paper Pumpkin page on my website, I've updated it. I update it every day on the 11th as soon as I have the information from Stampin' Up as to what is our new kit. And July is Get Crafting in the Sun. That is the theme. So I think it's going to be fun. It's summer related. It looks like there's some sunset and sky, and I think it's going to be a good Paper Pumpkin kit. For those of you who did not get last month's kit, OMG. That kit is just fantastic. It's a lot of nature scenes, so if that's not your thing, you may not like it, but I think it's wonderful. The cards are double-sided, so they have front and back, have the images on there, and so if you cut them in half, you already have double the amount of cards, and it just lends itself to so many beautiful cards. I know I've spoke to Lou, and she said that she really has been enjoying the June kit. Not June kit, the May kit. The June kit should be in the mail to us and on its way. That one is called, I think, Welcome in, INN, like a place to stay, or a hospitality was the theme. I can't wait to get that, and as soon as I do, I will do a unboxing video for you guys to see in case you don't get yours before me. But Paper Pumpkin is really fun and near my heart. So for those of you who don't know, there is a designer series paper sale going on for the entire month of June. 15% off all of the DSP, not the specialty papers, but all the regular DSP. So you have 13 papers that are on sale, and I do have them listed if you want to actually see them with links to my online store. If you search with the little magnifying glass on my website and type in designer series paper sale or DSP sale, I did put a blog post together about it when it went live, but on the end of every blog post I have something about the sale, so you should be able to have access there. If you're going to use the host code, the best way to shop is to click on the host code either at the end of my blog post or on the sidebar if you're on the computer. And it'll take you to my store. It'll put the host code in for you. You won't have to do anything. And then you can choose specials, and usually whatever's on sale pops up under specials. And then you should be able to find all the DSP there. But who doesn't love designer series paper? I absolutely love paper. I might even go as far as saying I'm a little bit addicted to it. So I love when they put it on sale like this. And as demonstrators, we get to double dip because we get our discount and we also get to save the 15%. So really the best deal in the whole catalog is to be a demo. Whether you choose to do a business, do lives, or just buy from yourself as a preferred customer, it's the best deal in the catalog. And this month through the end of June, you get $155 worth of products for $99, free shipping. There's a free paper pumpkin kit in your box, and you get catalogs, you get to be part of my team, and then you get to start saving on everything you purchase. So there's a discount that you're going to get, and then if they run a promotion like this, we get our discount on the lower price. So it's a really great way. Hey Mimi, thanks for joining us. It's a really great way to stock up on some of the designer series papers that are in the annual catalog at a discount. Even if you don't have the bundles that they go with, you can always stock up on the paper while it's on sale and then buy the bundles a little at a time as you go. If anybody has any questions about joining my team or the starter kit, feel free to contact me. You can go to inkyhandswarmhearts.com and there's a contact me button on the right sidebar if you go from the computer, or on the very bottom when you scroll to the bottom of my homepage if you're on mobile. And I'll be happy to talk to you about it. So there is a new kit for the kids collection for June. And so let's talk about that. It's called Boho Beach and it's super cute. Look at that paper. The envelopes are adorable. And this is a great little kit. You get 8 cards for each, 2 designs, and it's $22. Item number 162418. John, you're so funny. He's a mess, Mimi. Oh my gosh, this man. He always makes me laugh. Hey, Eileen. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you just popped in. Click that button for me. It really helps if you hit that like button. I appreciate it if you do that. But anyway, the Boho Beach kit I think is going to be really beautiful, and it's just fun if you want to do some cards in the summer months and you just want to send a thank you or just a little card to somebody that let them know that you're thinking about them. People love getting cards, even me, and you're more than welcome to always send me a card anytime you feel like it. I have a P.O. box that you can send cards to, and my P.O. box is 68702, and I'm in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and the zip for the P.O. box is 23471. So if you guys want to send me a card, I would love that. And I will actually show it on my live if you do. So I hope that you will do that because I love getting cards. But anyway, the Boho Beach kit is a good one. And then the one before that was that little faker shaker one, which is birthday cards, which we can always use more birthday cards, right? And these are really fast, quick shaker cards. So they're a good little kit. And then the one prior to that was the Forever Friends, which has some foiling on our cards. So I guess that's enough talking. We have people popping in now, so let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to talk to you about what we're doing tonight. Of course, I have the old bookmarks on here, so I gotta re-look it up. I thought I knew it, but I can't remember now, so I gotta look. Let's see, page 76. All right, so this week we've been using the Here's to Love set, and it's this wedding set on the left side. And you might think I am not in a phase in my life where people are getting married, but that's okay. I've given you lots of different ideas to use this set with. It doesn't have to just be for a wedding. It could be a special occasion. It could be for an anniversary. And tomorrow there'll be a special card that has nothing to do with either of those. And on Thursday, when I'm live again, I'm going to do another take on this set as well. So if you hang in there with me till the end of the week, I will convince you that you need this set. It's only $24, so it's a nice addition to have, and you never know when you are going to need a card for somebody's anniversary or bridal shower you're invited to, and this is a really fun set to use for things like that. So that's what we're using this week, and I'll show you the card. Today we're going to make a wedding card, an actual traditional card. And so I've chosen to use Very Vanilla, and that is my my color scheme. So I wanted to do gold and vanilla, and I thought that it would really be pretty together. So instead of using embossing, I decided to use the color that nobody really likes from the start when you first saw it, from the brand new In Colors, Wild Wheat. And Wild Wheat looks like gold. It really does. I mean, look at the card. It looks like gold on there. So it's a fast way to get gold without having to use embossing. And so I'm going to show you how to make this card. It's a gatefold card, and so it opens one side and then the other, and then I have a little floral element inside, and then I've used Wink of Stella, so you guys should see that cool Wink of Stella, and then we're using the festive pearls in the gold, and then the Simply Elegant trim in the gold cording, which I love this cording. So let's go ahead and get started, and I will show you how to put it together. So we're going to need to get this embossing folder out. We're going to do a little bit of embossing with our die cut machine. And if you don't have the Elegant Eucalyptus 3D embossing folders, they're pretty cool. So you have this one, which is a spray of eucalyptus. And then there's this one that has like pieces that are hanging. And that's what I'm going to use today. I'm like, are you guys seeing everything pretty clear? Hey, Rita, thanks for joining us. What's the point box number again? Lou, tell me, you mean the newest kit? Let me find it for you. I think that's what you were asking me. Okay, good. You guys can see clear. The newest, the Boho Beach kit is 162418, Lou. 162. Oh, the P.O. box number. The P.O. box number is 68702. So it would be Kelly McConkey at P.O. Box 68702, Virginia Beach, Virginia 23471. Yes, please shower me with cards. I would love that. Okay, I thought it was the other box that you were looking for the number. So anyway, we're going to use this trailing eucalyptus. For some reason, it was looking not very clear for me, and I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out what, oh, because my quality is super low. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. That's much better. So we're going to use that one today. And then we're also going to use the meadow dies. You guys know I love the meadow dies. Those floral stems are so beautiful. Even if you don't have the set that goes with these meadow dies, you need these dies. They're absolutely fantastic. We're going to use this spray right here, this set of flowers, and then this skinny spray here. And I love this label that's in here. I think it's so pretty and delicate. The tiny tag. This is such a good set. And of course, we're going to use our scallop contours, because can we make a card without putting scallop contours on it? I don't know. I have a hard time with that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with my piece of Very Vanilla. So just like always, it's 8.5 by 5.5. And we're going to score it first, and then we will do our embossing. So to score this, I'm going to score at 2 1/8 inch because that's the halfway mark of 4 1/4. So 2 1/8. And then I'm going to rotate it completely around to make sure that it's even, 2 1/8. So even if I've messed up cutting just slightly, I'm going to get a good piece by flipping it around. So I have them both scored, 2 1/8, flip around, 2 1/8. That's going to make your gate fold. So that means that it opens from the middle section of the front. So we're going to turn this over. And we're going to bring this first one in and give it a burnish. And then we're going to bring this one to it. And I like to put them side by side. You know how I always join the quarters when I do a regular one? So for this one, I'm going to join these two pieces together and kind of hold them with my fingers. And then I'll burnish the second side. And that will give you a tight closure. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it's nice and tight there. They meet right in the middle, okay? So now we're gonna do our embossing on these two gatefold pieces. I'll open this so that you guys can see. I'm gonna bring this closer up. So there's our embossed section. I know it's kind of hard to see with the lights when we have these colors, but I think that you are able to see it there. So we're going to do that embossing now. So we're going to go ahead and take our folder here. By the way, this is the thick vanilla, not the regular one, because I'm using it for the base of my card. So I'm going to use the line here on the side to put that right up against my score line. My fold or whatever, my fold line. And then I'm going to go ahead and close this. And we're going to run it through the big guy because I need to use the whole plate, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Let me open it first. So when we use a 3D embossing, we only need plate number 1 and plate number 4. So if this was just this piece that I was putting through, I could crank it through the mini machine. But because I have to put my whole cardstock piece through, it won't fit in the mini. So I'm going to put it sideways in my big machine. And then I'm going to put my plate number 4, there it is, over the top. And I'm just going to go until, there we go, there's that snap. I'm going to push it back through. And there's the embossing there. See how pretty? Now we're going to do the next side. So that one's going to go in. So now I have to put our next piece. And this time, we're going to put our, oops, I'm doing it the wrong way. We're going to put our piece here at the top. Line that up with our score line with the top part of our embossing folder. And go ahead and put that in. Put plate number 4 on top. Crank it through your machine. And this time, we'll just keep going till we hear that little release. There we go. All right. So there's our two. See how beautiful that folder is. It really is so pretty. So that is our eucalyptus on both sides there. Let's go ahead and move everything out of the way. I'm going to close this up. I've already die cut everything, so you don't have to watch me do that. I'm going to go ahead and put my embossing folder away before I lose it, because I try and clean up as I go, because I already have such a mess on my desk when I'm done doing this recording that I have to at least keep something clean. So we're just going to make sure we're good here again. I'm going to give my corners to keep it in place. And so there is our card with our embossing on the front. Okay. So our next step, we have our beautiful scalloped from the contours, scallop contour dies. I'm going to show you which one I used. It's the second one down, so it's not the biggest one, it's the next one down. Okay. And we are going to be stamping the words congratulations. We need to stamp our bride and our groom. And let's see. I gotta make sure I have everything I need. All right. I need my congratulations word. I gotta find that one. Okay, here we go. All right. And then I have already die cut our pieces. So I'll show you which ones we're using here. We're using that one. We're getting 2 of those because one of those is going on the inside. And then we have this flower here. And then this one right here. So let's go ahead and do a little stamping. Gonna move this out of the way for right now. And let's bring in our piece. I'm gonna grab a scrap paper, if I can find one here. I always have them on my desk, but I gotta reach. All right. So again, we're gonna use wild wheat as if it's gold. So we're gonna stamp our congratulations. Let me see what size this piece is. I don't know what size it is. I just grabbed it out of my stash. So it looks like it's 3/4 of an inch by 3 inches. And so let me make sure that I have, yep. Sometimes I get glue residue on things and I have to make sure it's off. All right, so we're gonna stamp our congratulations here, right in the center of that piece. And so we'll get it set, place it right there. And I like to put my fingers like over the top and just not rock the stamp, but try and be gentle and hold it in place for a second and then lift straight up. So there's our congratulations. And now we're gonna stamp our bride and our groom. So we'll start with this scrap paper that I have here. And we'll do our bride. So we're gonna ink her up. And I'm gonna go ahead and stamp her onto the scrap here. There she is. And now it's his turn, then we'll clean everything. I don't know if you guys watched Sunday's video, but I did some masking with these guys to have them be close to each other. But today I wanted to show you a different way if you were scared to mask and you didn't, or if you had to fit them in a certain size area and you don't want to judge, you know, base your masking ability on the right, getting it the right width or size. So if you haven't seen me mask, you can see me mask the bride and groom onto one unit to cut them out together on Sunday's video. And it's a save the date invitation video. And I used some of the paper from the online exclusive Irresistible Blooms. All right, so I'm gonna get these guys out of the way. We're done with them. All right, so let's get to work. So we're gonna use this punch. This is, you know, the Banners Pick-a-Punch that I love so much. This one's called Happy Labels Pick-a-Punch. And what I love is that there's a scalloped end and a ticketed end to these punches. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our congratulations, and since we've used scallop contour, we're going to scallop this to match. And it fits 1/2 inch. If it's 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and an inch. And so this will fit, it's 3/4, so it should fit right down that channel. We're going to push it all the way to the back And there's that part that comes off. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Slide it in. I just got to make sure I'm putting it on the right side before I start turning my punch over. And of course, want to make sure it's into the back. All right, so there is our congratulations. That part's done. Let me fussy cut these bride and groom out. And then we're going to do some Wink of Stella on our flowers. So when I fussy cut, I try and leave a border, just a slight border, probably a 1/16 of an inch or so, not very much. But if you cut on the line, it's a lot easier to see mistakes. If you leave a border, your eye is drawn into the line, and then it looks like you're really good at fussy cutting. But I do have to say that I've been fussy cutting for a long time, so of course I've been doing it a while, so practice makes perfect. So I am pretty good at it. I am gonna admit that, but I didn't used to be. So the more you do it, the better you'll get. And this is not hard to fussy cut around because it's basic, just a basic shape. There's nothing really intricate. So you can see I'm just leaving her dress like that for right now, okay? And I'm just gonna get rid of this part and save this larger scrap. All right, let's do him. The hardest part of him is going in here where the arm is. That's the hardest part. So I'm gonna start with that and just get it out of the way. So if I start with the hardest part, then everything after that is home free, right? So face your fears, handle the bad parts first, and then you can move on to the easy peasy part, right? So this time, this is where I have to hold my breath and make sure that I really get into this little intricate spot, that I get around his fingers. I'm actually gonna come back over the top to get around that and then back this way. So you can see I'm like using a little bit of in and out rather than one fluid motion. But once I get around this arm of his, I'm home free. That's why I tackled it first. Hey, Maleda. Hey, Michelle. I'm so happy to have you here. That's fantastic. How are you doing? Everybody, this is my friend Michelle from Australia. What time is it, Michelle? About 10:30 in the morning there? I'm good. I'm doing really well. Just little by little, trying to do what I can do. I've been staying busy lately, though. I'm kind of on a mission to try and get ahead. So, you know how that is. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Not always, but I'm just joking. I'm going to cut that little ragged edge off the end there of that scrap. So I'm going to go here in between his legs and also leave a cut. So I'm going to go from one side and the other, makes it easier for me. So there is our groom. So now we have our bride and our groom. So I'm going to go ahead and use Wink of Stella on all of my pieces, because what is more fun than coloring with Wink of Stella? So I'm going to try and get some wetness in the barrel there. It looks a little dry. So I'm just going to give it a squeeze. And when you do that, you can see it kind of bulge out right there. So I know there it is it's in the canal there. So I'm just going to close the cap and give it a shake and just let it start flowing. And I'm going to basically just color these flowers. What I love about Wink of Stella is you get the glitter without any of the stickiness or the flaking of glitter all over. And I love the shimmer that it likes to leave. So I'm very happy with Wink Stella, and I'm going to go all the way to the end. So I'm going to do one at a time, and that's why I have the scrap underneath. I hope you're doing well, Michelle. Hey guys, if you have popped in and haven't hit the thumbs up for me, I would appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up to help me out with my algorithm on YouTube. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. Almost done. Let's do the stem. And then our last one, and then I'm gonna do the bride's dress because she needs a little shimmer on her dress, I think. What do you guys think? How has your guys' week been? Me and John went to the movies. We saw Transformers Rise of the Beast, I think it was called, or Rise of the Beasts. It was so good. I think it was the best one so far in the Transformers series. We love those little robot things. They're so cute. That it's been around for a long time because my son was pretty young when those came out, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and do our bride's dress. We're gonna come down here, and I may trim some of this once I start pairing them together, but what's nice about Wink Stella also is it's just like a brush, like you're painting, but it's clear, so it can't really make a mess. Okay, and you can add as much or as little sparkle as you want. All right, so there's our bride's dress. So now we have our two pieces, and we have all of our flowers. Yeah, shimmery is fun. Oh, you love Transformers too, Eileen? Yeah, it was. I thought it was the best one so far. Okay, so we're gonna open our card to the inside, and we're gonna glue our first piece. So I have to grab my mat, and we're gonna grab one of these floral pieces. Hi, Meme. Thanks for joining us. No problem about being late. We're glad you're here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me if you haven't done so already. So anyway, I'm just adding a little bit of wet glue, kind of drawing some glue onto the backs of these flowers. And of course, you could always use adhesive sheets. On my card on Thursday, I'm gonna use adhesive sheets, I promise. I always talk about it. I really do use them, but when I'm designing, sometimes I get carried away and I'm like, oh, I'm already die cutting. Let me just die cut for the other card, and then I don't even think about it. So let's go ahead and put this right here. I love using my tweezers. That helps me with placement. So now our inside's done. Let's work on this piece. All right, so on here we want to add our 3 floral pieces, and we want them to look like a bouquet of flowers. So we want to layer them, you know, one like that, and then join like the stems, something like this. Make a little bouquet of these vanilla colored flowers. Isn't that so pretty? I love these meadow dyes so much. How are you doing, Meme? Are you doing good? So now that I know how I want them to look, I'm going to stack them one at a time that way. So I'm going to start with this long, skinny one. And as you can see, I use some scrap paper. I'm always good at that. Whoops, I'm going to grab the other one. That one's brand new and full. Unless I have to use it, I'm not going to, because it will come out very fast, especially when they're brand new. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add just a smidge of glue. We'll start with this one, grab my tweezers. And we are going to lay this, it's going to stick up and off of our piece, but we want it to the left. So we'll start this one right about there. Let's put the next one in place. Well, if they don't get caught on each other. These bouquets, not listening, not behaving themselves. Okay, So here's my glue. I just want to make sure I'm in camera for you guys. I want to bring these flowers up. They're kind of long. All right, so now that I've done that one big stem, I can just do my flower pieces and my leaves. I love the, do all of you guys have these meadow dies? Because, oh, I love them so much. I use them a lot for so many different things. Yeah, Lou, they're great. Okay, so this one I'm gonna put a little bit more towards the left, kind of crossing that first one, because we want them to look like a bouquet. All right, so now my next one is going to be lifted up. At least the 3 major floral pieces are going to be lifted. So we're going to get mini dimensionals, and I'm going to try and refrain from getting too crazy with the dimensionals, but I'm going to put one there. I think they're going to show, but I'm going to cut a piece. This one's too thin, so I'm going to cut a piece from these ends. You guys know how I cut these pieces off. So I'm just going to cut a little end here, and I'm going to just have one here so that it'll lift that flower up, and I need to put one there. I think a mini will fit that right there. So you just want to add a little bit of lift. The rest of it is all going to be go down. So don't worry about the rest. We just want to add lift where the flowers are. That's it. Just those little floral pieces. So you can see that I just cut small little pieces of dimensionals. Okay. So I'm going to pull all the backs off of those first, and then I'm going to add my glue, and we'll add our flowers. Oops, that one doesn't want to listen. All right, one more. Okay, maybe none of them. They don't want to behave today, so I'm going to see if I can get them off with my nails. I'm going to make sure that they're all off, though, because I can't remember what I got off. All right, they're good. Let's see if I can make them end up in the trash can. One can hope. Okay, so here we go. We're going to add our flower, and we're going to have that kind of a little bit wild and off. And then I'm going to lift this end up and just put on this tail end of the flower so that it will stay down. I will just add that wet adhesive there. So these are lifted. All right, so now we got to get our bride and groom on. Oh my gosh, Michelle, that is like a godsend. It was so confusing before to try and figure out what die set went with what stamp set. Like the Meadow dies goes with some set, I think Quiet Meadow, but I don't remember because it's so confusing, right? Crazy. All right, so we're going to figure out how we want our bride and groom to sit, where we want them to be, and I'm going to trim her dress to be even with his pants. So once we figure out, I want his shoulder to be a little bit high. He's going to be a little taller than her, and I kind of want their hands to touch. I'll bring this up. Actually, I'm going to bring you guys down. It'll be easier for me. All right. So I want their hands to look like they're touching, and I want his shoulder a little higher than hers. So I want them about like that. I need to see how much room I have. That's perfect. So what I want to do is go ahead and adhere them together just a little bit for right now. So I'm just going to put a little bit of line of wet glue right there on her, and then I'm going to have him sit right over the top of her. And then we'll add more glue at the bottom. But first, I'm going to trim her dress so that it's even with his pants. And then I'm going to round this end a little bit. I think it's prettier than having these points. And I'm going to round this little end here of his pant area. Okay, now I can glue this portion of him down here. And now they're one unit, and you wouldn't know unless you look really closely that they are not masked. So it's a fake masking. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, and I don't know if you heard, Michelle, but the color that I'm using to stamp them that looks like gold is actually wild wheat, because the wild wheat looks amazing. It makes it look like gold and it's not even gold. So I'm loving that. All right, so let's work on lifting up our bride and groom. So we're gonna use these big guys. We'll put one on each of their heads. And you know me, I'm gonna put a lot of these, so just don't gasp. Just roll with me. I can't help it. All right, I've run out. Well, no, I have one more over here. Time to get new. I tell you what, I think John said once that he has stock in these dimensionals because I use them so much. Oh, thank you, Lee. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, it works fantastic for gold. And then if you don't feel like embossing, you don't even have to emboss. How fantastic is that? All right, now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to get a little radical. Of course, you guys know me very well. I'm going to take these ends of this piece that we just finished, and I'm going to cut about 4 of these little points, maybe. And I'm going to use this for the arm, because it fits perfectly, and then his little arm will be lifted. I know, there's no help for me, guys. I can't help it. It's just the way it is. You just have to love me for who I am. A dimensional abuser. All right, so let's go ahead and pull these off. I like to do about 5 or 6 before I purge them into the trash can. That's about how many it can hold really well, I think. 5 or 6. All right, so now we have these guys ready. We'll put them on our card. And so I'm going to put his pant leg like at the end of the stitching here. And maybe lift them just slightly. Okay, and there we go. So that's what they look like. Faux masking, gotta love that, right? That's what they look like. And I'm gonna see if you guys can see that wink of Stella. I'm not sure if you can see it, but trust me, it's the hardest thing to show on camera is a wink of Stella. But I think that if I move it in the light, you can see it glistening. It's so pretty in person. All right, so we're gonna lift this up off of our card. We only need to put it on this side. So I'm just gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna put a little mark on this side here. And then I'm gonna follow it down and I'm gonna do on this side here. And anything on that side should be fine. So again, here we go. Dimensional City, USA. All right, I'm gonna put maybe 6, because I can, because I want to. All right. So then this is going to get attached just on that one side. Let's go ahead and pull our backs off. Michelle, I knew we were friends for a reason. Yes, the more dimensionals, the merrier. Now I have to hold this up, guys, because I'm trying to get it measured. I'm trying to find my center. Actually, I'm just going to stand up, I think. And that will help me to be over the top so I don't have to raise it up and you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I'm just going to hover this, find my center, top, bottom, side. I'm not going to push it hard. I'm just going to sit it down. That way if I have to move it, I'll be able to lift it. I think I'm happy with that. Maybe a hair more to the right. All right. We're going to go with that. All right, so there we go. Let's get our adhesive off of this label. You want it to be nice and pretty. Okay. So there is the glitter on her dress. I'm going to try and show it to you. There we go. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty in person. I wish you guys could see it as prettily as I can see it here. But her dress has shimmer. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to tie a bow with our gold trim. Let me see how many inches this is, because I don't know. Like 6.5 inches. And this is the Simply Elegant trim. Sorry, I'm moving this everywhere. You get gold and silver. And you want to go ahead and tie your 2 rabbit ears, cross them. Put it through. Come on. There we go. And then, of course, we gotta rein it in. Oh, that was horrible. I'm gonna start again. I think I pulled that way too much on one side. See, even I don't tie a bow perfectly all the time. So now you guys know my secret. The fact is, I am rarely perfect. I just practice a lot. When you make lots of mistakes, you get good. Anyway, this is real life crafting, right? So, all right, we're gonna pull that. Let's see. And what do we do when our ends don't want to behave? We make them behave because the glue dot to the rescue, right? Mini glue dot to the rescue. So that's what we're gonna do. Get our mini glue dots out and roll that up. And we'll stick that back here, and we'll try and get that one tail to behave by putting a glue dot a little bit on there so we can position where it's gonna go. And we're gonna put this down here as if this was tied or was tying our piece here. All right, see, that glue dot did help this tail behave a little bit. This one's not behaving very well on this side though. All right, now on to our festive pearls. So they come in red, like a pale green, bluish almost, and then silver and gold. So of course we're going to use the gold ones. And I'm going to put them on my flowers wherever I feel they need one. So we'll go there. Let's put one here. Oops, I almost flipped that over. Let's try and flip it back. And then we'll put one up here. There we go. 3 in a row. And we're going to put our congratulations on. So this is just going to get wet adhesive, and we're going to place it across the bride and groom. So I will bring my mat back in. And you really just need, I'm going to put it on right across his little band there of his jacket, and a little bit on his hand. And you want to just place this across. When you're happy with where it ends and where it's positioned, just press it into place. And then I'm going to hold it up because I don't know if I'm crooked. I am just slightly crooked. That's why I love the wet glue. All right. And then, of course, when you handle things that are pristine, if you're me, you get glue, you get finger marks. Ugh. That's why I love my my very well loved round adhesive remover. If you guys don't have one of these, I'll show you what they're supposed to look like. They don't look like this. When you buy them, they look like this. This is how loved this is. And you see how thick? And look at mine. So mine is very well loved. This one hasn't been used yet. It's just been sitting in a drawer, maybe once or twice. But yeah, see how much I love mine? It definitely knows it's loved because it's used every single day, multiple times a day. All right, does anybody have any questions for me about this set or the live that I'm going to be doing on Thursdays? I'll talk to you guys about that again for those of you who weren't here at the beginning. I am going to be going live on Thursdays as well. So I would love to have you on my YouTube channel. Thursdays, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. All right, I'm gonna move my stuff back into place here. Let's see, we used Here's to Love. We used scallop contour dies. We used the eucalyptus, elegant eucalyptus 3D embossing folder, and the meadow dies. What else did we use? Oh, we used the banners, the happy label pick a punch, not banners. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. There's our cards. Let me show you guys Sunday's card. For those of you who missed it, I do have a YouTube video recorded. This was Sunday's, and this is that gorgeous Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper. It is on sale. Michelle, I used the Elegant Eucalyptus 3D. So it's a little 2-pack for the mini. So I used, this is the embossing folder. But yeah, on Sunday, I decided to start with the bride and groom, but I taught you how to mask them. So they are not glued together. Thank you, Rita. They're not glued together. This is one piece. So I show you how to use masking paper and how to combine them. So if you don't know how to mask, check out the card from Sunday. And it's a invitation card. I thought that this paper was fantastic. And I wanted to use these colors. I thought they were really pretty. And the loose, those loose gems are so pretty. They have like such pretty shimmer to them. And I also put some Wink of Stella on her dress because, you know, brides have to be glittery. And then I'm trying to think, what did I do yesterday? Oh, I did the bridesmaid card. So I did this card and I just used the girl as a bridesmaid for her to ask her bridesmaids to be part of her wedding party. I thought it was a really fun set to use for that. And I paired it with Beside Me, which is this sketch set. And I used the You've Always Been There For Me. Beside Me All the Way is what this says. And I just stamped the B from beside right next to it. And we did Be Beside Me All the Way. And this is a way for a bride to ask her bridesmaids to be bridesmaids. When my niece was getting married, I did cards for her to ask her bridesmaids. And we really had a good time with that. So I just thought that I wanted to give you a different idea, not always for wedding. And then tomorrow, today I did the wedding card, but tomorrow you will have a completely different idea, as well as Thursday. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Does anybody have any more questions? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if you haven't yet. I appreciate you guys so much being here, and I will see you on Thursday at 1 p.m. if you're able to make it. If not, the replay will be here for you anyway, so you'll be able to watch that. And thanks for being here, guys. I do really appreciate you guys. Tell your friends, share my videos, and thanks for helping me grow my channel. I appreciate it so much, and I will see you next time. Thanks, Mimi. Bye, Eileen. Happy stamping, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts.